Happy Monday. It's cloudy, guys, and it's nice and cool. Anywho, hola. Look, guys, my hair is gone. It's blowing in the air conditioner, so it ain't sitting the way it's supposed to sit. And then, you guys, I couldn't style it the way it's supposed to be styled because I have a T-Rex arm and really no real know-how of how to do the do. Y'all know I survived in a friggin' headband forever, but it's chopped off, it's layered and supposed to be poofy back here. When it's poofy the right way, it looks a little higher in the back, and then it does the longer thing here. But as is per usual, whenever I do step out and get my hair cut, the styling of it I can't get it done. I can't do, you don't ever come out of there being able to do it like your stylist can, but I do like it. I was worried that little dude wasn't gonna like it, but he said, oh, it's not that short. He goes, and it still moves. I think he thought I was gonna like cut it like tapered to my head or something. I'm not sure. But I'm like, no, I was just gonna cut the length off, and it looks lighter now. I'm not sure how. I still want to dye it, but I probably won't get a chance to dye it before I have to start my treatments and all. So I'll just, let it stay this way. But it feels healthy. It feels light. I love that I can feel it when I move my head. And it didn't take me long to get used to it. As they were cutting it, I kept looking in the mirror, cracking up, thinking, oh my gosh, I got this big old bowling ball head and this little bit of hair. But no, when it was first done, it came in so it covered my big cheeks. It didn't cover the chin, but it did cover the cheeks. So I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do? But no, I like it. I like it now. And it's coming off. Folks are like really liking it. Those that knew that I had planned on cutting it, we're looking forward to seeing it, and then those that didn't know are kind of taken by surprise. And this morning, guys, I got to work early enough that I went to go ahead and get breakfast, and I forgot that I hadn't told the ladies at the deli who I've been buddies with for years. They're some of the sweetest friggin' ladies ever. And I walked in, and they're like, oh my goodness, you cut your hair. Ooh, you must have a boyfriend. And they start teasing me. They were like, why? Why'd you cut it? Why'd you cut it? And I said, I'll explain it to y'all, because I was waiting for it just to be us, like a little cluster of us, because I don't need to be telling all my business to everybody who's in there trying to buy a burrito in the morning. And I said, I figured I may as well get a style that I had been wanting before it all falls out. And she's like, what? And I did. She goes, no. She's like, don't say that. I said, yeah. And she immediately looked like she was gonna cry. And then the other one, she's like, are you serious? And I said, yeah. I said, but I'm fine, guys. I feel good. I don't feel sick. Forgetting, okay, I forget that the people who like me, care about me, love me, are also being hit with this news, right? They are also feeling however they feel. And my thing is like, don't worry about me. Don't feel sorry for me. I'm healthy. I feel good. I'm going to fight it. I'm a woman of faith. But it does not take away from the fact that they are their own person and they're going to feel how they feel. So one of them immediately, she just stands there, and I'm like, this is some drama, okay? Like, this is dramatic. Like, you see this on movies. She's just standing there like, she looks stunned and she looks hurt and she looks like she's going to cry. I'm like, holy crap, what happened? What did I do? Maybe I shouldn't have told them. I mean, I wanted to, because I'm going to keep going to work, hopefully, and they're going to notice something is wrong, and I wanted them in on it. And then the other one, who is just so freaking sweet, she did not take it well. She got this look on her face, and she immediately looked scared and uncomfortable, and she's trying to talk to me, but you can hear it like it's catching in her throat, and I'm like, oh, I made them feel bad, I made them sad. It's not what I wanted. It's because I'm trying to stay upbeat, you know, like, I'm fine, guys. But we left, you know, I got my sandwich and my biscuit. And I left and just feeling some kind of way, because it was obvious. It was so freaking obvious that they were hurt. They were surprised. They were sad. So at lunchtime, which I almost didn't make, I finally got on the phones, guys. I finally got on the phones, and I'm actually making some appointments. But we were shorthanded. We started off with 4, and then 2 before even 9 o'clock left. One had a family emergency, and the other one had really bad pains in her stomach, so she left. So it was just me and the guy and our lead, and then our supervisor came in because she's like, well, I'll help out as much as I can. And then she wanted to introduce me to the actual live phone calls, but it went okay. But my practice manager is one of these that doesn't get up to pee, doesn't get up to eat. She's just work. And she kept, okay, well, let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this. And then there was some confusion with the lunches because it was only 2 of us there, like 2 employees there, aside from the manager, the practice manager, the lead and the practice manager. There are only 2 of us, and we hadn't discussed how we were going to handle lunch. And before you know it, it's 1 friggin' o'clock. And my coworker's like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and go to lunch, but I'm supposed to go to lunch at 1 o'clock. And then there was some confusion there, and I didn't want any more quarreling. I didn't want any more bickering, you know, between folks. So my practice manager asked if I could go at 1:30, and I said that'll be fine. And I had forgotten my meds. I told you guys I forgot my meds, so I was feeling some kind of way. I was getting kind of nauseous, kind of shaky, so I'm like, ooh, I better be absolutely sure I go at 1:30 to grab something to eat. 1:30 turned into 2 friggin' o'clock, and the phones kept ringing, and my practice manager lost track of time, and I started feeling really gross. And I told her, you know, I said, I'm getting really nauseous. If I can, and it was creeping up on 2 o'clock at this point. I said, I'm getting really nauseous. I said, and I'm starting to feel a little woozy, so I'm gonna have to go on ahead and go to lunch. She goes, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. She said, I completely lost track of time. Go ahead. So I make it back down to the deli because it's the closest to the building I'm in now. And when the littler one saw me, she kind of looked down, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is she still sad? Like, what is happening here? So I'm like, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm just tired, and it's just been an emotional couple of days for me. She goes, I'm kind of in my feelings. She said, first the news from you this morning, and then yesterday was my birthday, and nobody even acknowledged it. She said, so I think everything just got me, you know, it hit me in my feelings. And her coworkers are like, no, it's not that we didn't remember your birthday. We already had planned that we were going to bring you cake and your gifts here today. We hadn't given her cake and her presents yet when you walk in with your news. And she's just been really, really sad that she had started crying, like lost it after I left in the morning. She just lost it, and she's just started crying. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, I feel so bad that I played a part into how sad you are. She looked sad, guys. She kept looking at me. I'm just like, she's breaking my heart. She looks sadder than I am. Like, what the heck? It's the first group of people that have reacted that way. I've had the shocked and the immediate faithful. I've had those. I've had the ones who I know are trying their hardest to remain positive and maybe even gloss over. Maybe they're even in denial. Again, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I don't know if my friends and my family are falling apart behind closed doors, but around me, I had Nan, one of them, fall apart on me and cry. Okay, I haven't. So I was a little thrown off. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that, but it is what it is. But it's a good day. I felt very, very productive. Tomorrow is my port day. And I went from, I wonder who's going to take me, to everybody offering to take me and saying, sure, I can take you, to us finally weeding it down to my sister-in-law is going to pick up my sister, and then they're going to come pick me up, take me to the hospital, My sister-in-law will then take off and run her little errands because she's off on Tuesdays. She'll run her little errands and then she'll come back and pick us up and get us back home. I don't know if my sister's going to go home immediately after or if she's going to hang around a while. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be super drowsy. I don't know if I'm going to be in pain. I don't know nothing. Okay. But the ride is secured. And I didn't, if they're telling me the truth, I didn't inconvenience too many people too much by having asked them for a ride and then they jumped on it, and then I was like, oh well, the way it worked out is like this and this. But everybody is just so eager to help and so willing, and they're like, girl, don't even worry about it. Yeah, we put in a request, but we were able to take it back for the day. Don't even worry about it. It worked out to where everything's gonna be fine tomorrow. But it was a good weekend, guys. I slept in on Saturday, and then I got up, and I don't know that we did much. Did we do anything? No, not during the day. I just relaxed. And then Saturday evening, we met up with our friends, and we went and watched Strangers 2. Strangers 2? You guys, they need to stop. Don't get me wrong. It was a good movie, but they're stretching it out too long. They're doing too much. So you had the Strangers, the original. Then you had Strangers Pray at Night. Then you had Strangers Chapter 1. Now you have Strangers Chapter 2. And they all leave you with a continuation. Okay, fine. So Chapter 2 is a continuation of Chapter 1. But it was a short movie. And it just stopped. And then it gives you a hint and an opening to Chapter 3. Like, are you freaking kidding me? This movie was super short. The build-up wasn't even really good. It just stops. The ending was very, very abrupt. It's almost like they got tired in the middle of it or towards the end of it, and they're like, hey, let's just stop. We made it Chapter 3 anyway. Let's just stop right here and give them a little tidbit, a little view, a little trailer, a little view of what Chapter 3 will give them. Let's go home. Let's be done with it. That's the vibe I got. But it was still a good time because it's a scary movie with my little dude. It's a scary movie with my friends. And then they came over. We put The Monkey on, and because the boys really wanted to watch it, so they watched The Monkey. But it was a good Saturday. It was a good, fun, relaxing Saturday. And then Sunday, I got up and headed out into my garden. Okay, headed out into my garden. I had to do a garden review. I had to do a garden look over, like what's dead, what's not. And I had some happy moments and some sad moments out there, guys. And I'm gonna insert it just because I recorded it. I'm gonna try and edit it out so we're not all trying to be Mary quite contrary for 55 million trillion gazillion minutes out there. But I hadn't done a little garden update, and y'all know how happy I am out there. But again, like I said, I had mixed emotions out there. You'll see why. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in the garden footage to see what I was up to. Hola, guys. Happy Sunday. I am emotionally throwed, I tells ya. I told you guys I had been neglecting my poor little babies, my plants, my little garden. But I was super excited because one of the last times that I came out here, I saw that my habaneros were taking fruit. I had multiple bell peppers, you know, growing on one of my, on both, but one in particular of my plants. I mean, I was so super excited. So I came out here. I'm like, I'm waiting for my brother to come pick me up. We're going to go for breakfast, brunch, whatever. And I said, let me get on out here and sneak a peekaloo at Progress, because I told you guys there's a critter or something that keeps knocking down my pots back here. So I came out here, and I'm telling you, I'm so emotionally bouncing back and forth. But the saddest thing, guys, this is the bell pepper plant that I was super excited about having 5 or 6 bell peppers. I actually pulled one off already, but one of the limbs right here was super heavy and it was dangling, and I noticed, hold up, where's the dangle part? Where's the part that was heavy with fruit or veggie? You guys, it snapped.
It snapped under its own weight. And look, I had 3 on there. This one turned red, so it had been on there a while. Something already took a hold of it. But yeah, it was super heavy and it snapped from here. And I told myself, get out there and stake them. Get out there and stake them because it's gonna break. And I didn't, and it broke. I do have 2 small ones down here and a teeny tiny little one trying to start there. I need to Google and see what these spots are on my leaves, if it's a fungus, if it's a bug, because I need to take care of this little thing. But then I go from being sad to being excited about my habaneros. Look at my habaneros are coming in, guys. This little tree is gonna be laden with peppers. I cannot wait. I'm super excited about that. Look at that one. But yeah, something keeps knocking down this pot. I keep finding it teetered over. It's that critter I told you guys about. But all of these babies need some TLC. Look at my avocado. That's my newest avocado. Put the little pit in there and it's doing its thing. I have 2 mango pits in here that haven't done much. The last few mango pits that I've planted have rotted, so I'll give it another 2, maybe 3 weeks, and I'll root around in there and see if the pit died. It's looking kind of sad out here, but everything is trying. My little jalapeno, got 1 little pepper on there. Got 1 red chili pepper on this one. This is a red chili pepper plant. Lots of flowers, so something's gonna happen. This is the bell pepper plant that I pulled my first bell pepper from, and there's already some growth happening again. These are turning into something. Now this is my original tomato plant. It's trying to survive and hang on. It's trying to do something. My basil came back in here. I was so surprised because it had died off completely, but the basil came back. There's my last tomato plant. Couldn't resist it. They were on clearance at Lowe's. There's a few flowers on it, so we may get some fall tomatoes. These guys are still trying to hang on. This one is faring way better than the one over here. The one on this end has gotten pretty scraggly. I don't know what's happening to it. My raspberry bush dried up and died. That was my fault. I neglected it. I forgot about it. The blueberries are still hanging in there. I believe my little doggy friend is jumping somehow from this fence, because one of the last times I saw her in the yard, I heard a calamity back here. And the little twig thingy that I had all of this little stuff on was knocked over. Here's my first avocado plant. The disaster has almost knocked into it. So there's a lot of cleanup to do out here. There's my other avocado plants. They're doing better than some. Ew, did I just walk into a spider web? My succulents suck. Some are rerouting, some are rerooting, some are dying. It's kind of hit and miss back here right now. But what is doing amazing are my spider plants. They're covered in leaves right now because lots of leaves are falling. But they are doing amazing. Every last one of them. This brownie bits you see are leaves from the tree above. But my spiders are doing amazing. They're all growing babies. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them have already, look at that, started to grow babies. So I'm uber excited. Most of these hanging are growing babies. This one is trying, but they're doing great. I think these are doing the best of everything out here. But I came out here and wanted to show y'all a thing or 2 or 3. It's a disaster, guys. It's a whole disaster. Well, a lot of this green, you know, my hibiscus are doing okay. They're getting a little a little unruly, but they keep blooming. They keep giving me beautiful blooms, and then they die off. But yeah, they keep giving me blooms. I keep them watered, and they seem to be doing okay. My purple heart. Now this thing for Mother's Day, I thought I would have killed it by now, because there's such a mishmash of things in it. But look at how wild. Hey, do. Look at how wild the vine is growing. It's crept already up into my fern, which concerns me a little because I don't want my fern choked out. But yeah, I've had these potted plants before, but look, aside from the crunchy leaves, the plants themselves are doing amazing. This little combo of plants is doing so nice. Even the fox fern, I think that's a fox fern, I would have killed it by now. It's still blooming flowers. This one is doing amazingly well. This is the little cherry tomato that I wanted to get rid of, but I don't have the heart to because it's trying to hang on. These are my Easter lilies. The Easter lily originally died and it dropped off all these little bud things from it, and they're growing. This is the wildest and most unruly of my hibiscus, but everything else looks the same except for a whole lot of mess. Alfred is doing amazing, except for a few chihuahuas, a few little bracitos, a few little arms that are not cooperating. They're gone a little wonky. But aside from that, he has a lot of new growth. So bringing him in this winter is going to be cray-cray. He scratches me up. He stresses me out. And I hope I'm strong enough to bring him in, because when you talk about heartbreak, I will be absolutely heartbroken if Alfred doesn't make it. Oh gosh, my bird feeder's empty. See, I've been slacking, guys. I've been slacking. Look at all the leaves. Some succulents are doing better than others. Look at this. Case in point, look at this one. He's like, hello. This one never did anything but stay alive. This one's falling apart, but I'm going to leave it as is. Let nature take its course. I forget I put these up on the wall, so I forget to water them, but they're resilient little suckers. They're still hanging on. This is my propagated Mexican petunia. It's doing pretty good. The grasshoppers had a field day with it when I had it in the back. I moved it over to the side and it's doing way better here. My roses are trying to do something. This one gave me a pink rose, a rather scraggly one, but a pink rose. And I just staked them. Give it a little support. See if it'll do something. There's my mango. Whatever creatures out here keeps tipping over my mango as well. I've had to repot this poor baby like 3 times in 1 week, guys. This jalapeno in here was also dang near ruined by grasshoppers, because I'd see the little suckers in here. But again, little resilient thing. It's got lots of new growth. It's growing. It's giving peppers and flowers. So yay! Y'all remember this? I finally made it into a wind chime. I took a piece, the bottom piece off of a wind chime that I found in the bins and attached it to my grass super. Thought it would be fitting to set it in there with my pepper plant that was getting eaten alive by grasshoppers. There's my lemon, living its best lemon life. Now this one, another rose bush I staked to try and give it its best chance at being rosy goodness. This one gave me a beautiful yellow bloom that smelled amazing, and I kept meaning to show it to you guys when it was at its peak, and I didn't, and now it's just, you know, but I'm letting it fall naturally. This one of my lemons doing really good. This is an orange and lemon, and they're steady growing. This baby I went ahead and brought outside. I had it inside by the patio door in the back, but I figured it can use some sunlight. These crotons were planted in one pot. I got them in clearance at Lowe's for like $2. They were teeny tiny, both of them smushed into one pot. I separated them, and now look at them. They're doing so friggin' well separately. Look at all that new growth. They're doing so amazing. This is my next little aloe. I'm hoping this one does really, really well for me. I'm just letting it be, doing its thing. This little guy is my temperamental diva that I had inside, and I just got tired of her having fits every few days, so I brought her outside, and she's scraggly, but she's alive. This is a black sweet potato vine I found on clearance at Lowe's not too long ago, many weeks ago. And I haven't updated y'all on my garden, so I hadn't told y'all that, but that one's doing pretty well. This beauty is still doing really, really well, growing from the little trunk that I thought had died. Now this bad boy is the one that I need to repot. It's growing roots outside of the soil and it's tilting sideways. So the leaves are struggling, the plant itself is struggling. I thought maybe I could just hold it up with some bamboo skewers, the tall ones, the big bamboo stakes that I have. I'm not sure. I need to do a little research because it's growing crooked. Look at the trunk. See? See how it's doing that? I don't want that. So I need to fix it before it damages. It's leaning over on my little mini roses. Look at these babies. These are trying too. These are kicking. Look at how pretty that color variation is. But that's that. Y'all remember my wildflowers? They died, so I went ahead and pulled them. These are my newest lemons, all lemons. These are all lemon seeds from the buffet when I go to buffet. I repotted this little ivy because it was struggling in the smaller pot, and it's still struggling. This one completely died, so it needs some cleaning up, needs some sprucing up, needs some loving, but it's trying to hang on. These are more of the sweet potato vines that I found on clearance. This is a black one. It's not black anymore, it's green. This is the original one I had that was not doing too well, but I repotted it. I tilted the pot up and added some clearance ones for friends, for buddies, and it's doing okay. My little avocado that left all the spinas, all the thorns in my belly is doing well. These, I forget what these are called. These live and die. I know it's a weedy mess here. These are very strange. These will completely shrivel up and die, and then within a couple days come back. This one's really struggling, but this one's doing okay. So there's a lot to do out here. This rose bush has a lot of yellowing. Again, I need to Google. I don't know nothing about roses, but I can't imagine that that's good. This has given me a few little roses, but yeah, I need to look into why that's doing that. I cannot remember what the heck this was, but I bought it at Aldi, and at one point when I first bought it, it was just one little stem, just this little stem from here to here, and now it's gotten a couple of other little appendages growing. This is another one of those vines that I have attached in the back to the Mother's Day collection, and this one as well is going wild with the traveling. It's already started to travel up the wall, trying to climb up this way, and this one will give me flowers still. Every now and then it'll throw out a flower or two, and I'm surprised that I've kept them alive as long as I have. They're apparently happy. It's gonna be sad come winter when I doubt I can unravel the whole friggin' thing, but I'm gonna take it in. Hopefully it'll survive inside for next spring. There's my little metal sign. This isn't the space I wanted it for, but I couldn't reach where I wanted it for, so I just hung it here. This was my larger bird feeder, the one that I was putting peanuts and stuff in for the birds, but it kept tipping over, so I leaned it up here, and sometimes I'll see a bird or two, but not really because of these guys. But for now, because I couldn't reach my spot, I put my little thrifted sign there. Here is a Thanksgiving cactus, Christmas cactus, depending on which one it is, I'm not sure. This one will start blooming for me here in a bit. It should have already, but Texas being what it is, who knows. These are my scraggly little pieces of aloe that come off of, like, the pups that come off of the big one. I put them here, and they're alive. There's this. Here's my beauty fiddle leaf. I leave her outside because she seems to really enjoy it. But this little limb in particular has this going on, and I don't know what that is. But this one is really healthy. This one just keeps growing, and there's no issues on its leaves. Well, I lied. There's some of that stuff there, but for the most part, she's doing okay. There's my African ivy, just being beautiful. There she is. She don't give me no problems, none at all. Here's one of the little cactuses. I don't know if it's dying or not, but this little sucker, don't touch it, because you will have spinas. You will have those fine silky hairs stuck in you for the rest of your life. Here's the second of my Thanksgiving or Christmas cactus. This one was struggling because it's in the corner and I forgot about it. I gave it a good drink of water and boop, it popped right up. This is my other mother-in-law with some purple heart dangling off of it. But I think they're going to start flowering soon. These are the same as these. And these are starting to lose a lot of leaves, and there's a bug. Are you friend or foe? Anywho, I don't know if these are going to survive for next year, but for now they're here. But that's all I got going on today so far. I'm going to reach out to my brother because I'm getting hungry and it's a little past 11. That was when he was going to come get me. But that's what's going on so far. Plant-wise, I just wanted to give you guys an update because y'all know how happy my plants make me. Look, these are still alive. They're still doing well. There's my little palm. My Majesty palm that my friend gave me. I keep misting her and making sure she has water in her little base and on her little pebble tray. And she seems to be doing okay. But I just wanted to give you guys a hello and an update on what I got going on plant-wise. Because, yeah, this plant mama done neglected her little green babies and it's showing. But I'm going to get on this phone with my brother and see where he at. And I'll talk to you guys soon. So my brother did come. It was around 11:15 when they showed up, and we went for late lunch, brunch, whatever. We ended up at this burrito place that I have fallen in love with here in my neighborhood. And my brother lives in the neighborhood, but they're new to my little city, not new, but new enough where they're still, you know, asking about recommendations and stuff in the area. And I fell in love with this burrito place. And we went there. And they liked it. And we had some good food. And then I mentioned to them that after they dropped me off, I was going to go ahead and get my hair cut. Little dude didn't want to come with us. So I was going to make sure little dude had something to eat. And then I was going to go cut my hair. And they were like, we can take you, you know, we don't have anything going on the rest of the day. We can take you. Had I been by myself, I think I could have gotten sad. I think I could have gotten into a sad space because our hairdresser didn't know either. And we've been going to her for 20-some years. She's known our family forever. She cuts my sister's hair as well. So I walk in, and she was so excited that I finally wanted to cut my hair. But just like the deli ladies, I had to tell her why. And she looked sad, but she's also a woman of faith. And she laid hands on me, and she prayed over me, and she said she was going to put my name in her church prayer list. And we just talked and cut up and were silly and being it was just a good afternoon. It was a good time. I'm so glad that I didn't go by myself. I'm taking the cut, guys. She's chopped off all my length. I'll show y'all bit by bit, step by step. Dicen que puede ser 15 a 20 días cuando comienzas a notar que se te comienza a caer. Pero ya para el mes y medio ya es cuando la gente decide, mejor resúrame porque los pelitos no que te quedan. Yeah, porque tienes parchecitos y sea lo que sea. Y como yo le estaba diciendo a mi hermanita aquí, yo no me quiero ver enferma. Sí. No me quiero ver enferma.
compramos una peluca bonita, no se preocupe.
Yeah.
Sí, ya nos
Me
compramos.
gusta el cooling eso, ahora sí va a dar cooling.
I have no hair. It looks lighter o soy yo? Does it look lighter? ¿El color?
Tiene aquí las puntitas.
Okay, porque like, ¿por qué se mira light?
Y antes de
Ya,
acá
dice,
se fue todo lo clarito. Se quedó más
So that worked out well. And then after that, we went and visited my mom and my sister because my brother hadn't seen them in a little bit. So we went and visited them for a while, sat and chatted there, and then they were going to drop me off at home. And we stopped off at a boba place by my mom's house. It has some of the best friggin' boba. So when I tell you I was treated like a little princess, I was treated like a little princess. I'm the baby of the family at 52 freaking years old. I'm the baby of the family, and my brother just, I don't know if it's because everything that's going on, but my brother has a generous spirit like that anyway. I don't know what moved him to be this way today or yesterday. But I was treated like a little princess. I'm telling you, a great lunch. He paid for my hair, you guys. We went and got boba. I got to see my mom and my sister. It was just a lovely, lovely Sunday, lovely week. It was a nice weekend. It was a nice, nice weekend. And I can honestly say I am happy. I'm very happy. I'm at peace with everything that's going on. Not looking forward to tomorrow, y'all. I'm not. I ain't gonna lie. ¿Pa qué me hago? No les miento. I'm not looking forward to it tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. But it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's just another step. But I wanted to come on and say hi. Wanted to share my day and hair experience and the gardening experience and visit with y'all. But no haul on this video, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and mush it together and get it out there for you guys. And until my next go around, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Definitely gonna keep you updated on what happens tomorrow. If I'm not too groggy and out of this world, I'll definitely keep y'all updated. But I hope you guys have a fantastic however many days, hours, minutes, and seconds until I see you guys again on this here screen. But until my next go around, guys, I love y'all bunches. Bye.